don't know your ascendant or lagna, then
click on the link below. Go to the website, Circle of Divine Astrology. There will be a calculator there where you can put in your birth details. And this is something that is very, very crucial to knowing your ascendant and your lagna. Everybody knows pretty much their date of birth, but some people are not aware of the time of birth. So it's very crucial that you have the accurate time of birth. The reason being is because over the eastern horizon, as the planet Earth is spinning throughout the 24-hour day, the ascendant changes roughly about every 2 hours approximately. So at any given time of the day, one's ascendant could change. So you get people perhaps born on the same day, but they have different ascendants, and that brings a whole different personality and a different character and a different intellect also.
And how it influences the whole rest of your chart. What's so interesting is, of course, where you come out into the world head first, and the first house rules the head. It rules your intelligence, your brain, your nervous system, your physical your demeanor. Okay, so there will be qualities and characteristics for each lagna that are very distinct. And you will find also that the Lord or the ruler of that sign, the planetary energy, will also have relationships with other areas of the chart. Just like the brain rules the rest of the body, so too does the lagna rule the rest of the chart.
The lagna is also very crucial. I mean, for any astrologer who's looking at a chart, this is the first place that we're going to look at, because it gives us a greater understanding as to whether it's a client, a friend, family. It gives us a total understanding, a broader understanding of who this particular person is, how their approach to the whole world. It's going to show us that. Although it shows us also about physical traits as well, in which you're going to be hearing about when we go through the 12 signs associated with the ascendant. It also shows us about the intelligence, their approach towards the world, how they go out into the world. Apart from the sun and moon in astrology, each of the other 5 planets, they rule 2 signs. So you're apart from if you are Cancer rising or Leo rising, any other of the zodiac signs, the planet that rules the ascendant is also going to rule another house.
Sign is on the lagna, will affect every other house in the chart. And within the chart, there are certain positions, there are certain houses and signs in those houses which make your life easier or harder depending on what sign is on ruling that house.
That is correct. So, for example, we have what is known also the different houses. So different houses bring different effects because different houses represent particular different areas of our life and what we're going to experience in those different areas of our life also as well. So there are particular houses that are more favorable, we could say, than others, or certain houses that are more challenging than others. Some houses are more about our dharma or our karma also in this life. Ascendant is automatically, for example, connected with the 5th house and the 9th house, which is known as the Trikona houses. So the first house, the ascendant, which we're going to be speaking about, we're going to be going through the 12 zodiac signs on each one, or automatically has these houses are known as auspicious houses because there's a direct flow of energy from the 1st house to the 5th to the 9th and back again to the 1st. There's an energy, positive, easy flowing energy that is locked in with all of these 3 houses. Rising sign, it's going to allow us and show us what energy is flowing through to the 5th house and through to the 9th and then again back to the 1st, which is really going to be about, again, your intelligence. What's known as the angular houses, which is what's known in Vedic astrology as the Kendra houses. This is house 1, 4, 7 and 10. And they're angular because when we create a chart, we have houses that are on the 4 angles, the north, east, south, west parts of the chart. Very important houses. They're very auspicious houses also as well. And these are houses that show us where we get, great results. They have a tremendous effect throughout our whole life. Also powerful houses, especially when we have planets in them also. Again, depending on your rising sign, it's going to affect what signs or the lords that are going to be the rulers of these particular houses in your chart. We have what's known as the fixed houses. This is known as the Panahara houses. These are houses 2, 5, 8, and 11. So these houses are also very, very crucial. Tend to give results during the middle ages, midlife, and these houses are to do with they succeed. They're called succeeding houses because they succeed. They take over from the first houses. So the first house is or corresponds with the first sign, which is Aries. So the second house, which is the first succeeding house, takes the energy of that first house and it builds on it. The energy of these houses tend to be very, very fixed. And like I said, we get the results of these houses, when we're, midlife.
About these fixed or Panahara houses is that they act as foundations. They act to ground the energy of the Kendra houses, which are very active and want to go out and kind of conquer and initiate. So they take that energy and they consolidate it. What's also kind of difficult about them sometimes is that they tend to get stuck too. So that's
known
why
as the apoklima houses. These houses are very much connected with the jewel signs, or they correspond with the jewel signs. And these houses are 3, 6, 9, and 12. They have a kind of waning energy to them. They are to do with the finishing things, and they are very much connected with the last phases of our. Very often we tend to get them, later on in life or during the last phases of our.
Related to mutable signs, energies, things that shift between one and another.
Yeah.
It's a shifting of seasons, say from summer into autumn.
Yeah.
And so we have Virgo and Pisces and Sagittarius and Gemini. And those are all of these apoklima houses. And it takes a while for their energies to resolve themselves.
Yes, and these energies are also to do with growth, growth and development. This is why they're also connected with the last parts of our life. So it's stuff that we're constantly working on and we're trying to develop to better ourselves. So moksha houses are houses 4, 8, and 12. They are connected to the water signs, which are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. These houses are to do with enlightenment. The houses are to do with enlightenment. They can be quite difficult, or they can bring particular experiences that are painful or take us out of our comfort zone. However, it's through these particular experiences where we become enlightened. These houses, and because they're water houses also as well, very often they're also connected with letting go in some way, shape or form. Learning how to let go, learning how to deal with painful experiences and things of this nature. So the moksha houses are of great difficulty. So yes, on one level they can be connected with a sense of loss, but it's also a place that gives us the greatest enlightenment in life also.
So we have the 6th, 8th, and 12th houses that are called in Vedic astrology Dushtana houses. Yeah. And these houses are places where there's bad luck, there's real problems. And these problems can arise from all sorts of things. The 6th house relates to service and enemies and things like that, and as does the 12th house. And the 8th house is about death and rebirth. So it's not considered to be a place of luck in your chart. But again, there is growth through the Dushtana houses, but there is always pain connected to it.
Yes. 6th house is also connected with health. Disease that can become an enemy of us also as well, so that's connected also with the enemies. The 8th house also being the house of transformation as well, where we go through a difficult crisis, or we experience a particular crisis also in our life. And the 12th house is also again that the house where we let everything go also as well. It's the house of loss. So these houses can be quite challenging, and depending on the lords and their rulerships in the chart. On the Marika houses, which is second house and the seventh house. Now, both of these houses, the second house, which corresponds with the sign of Taurus, and the seventh house, which corresponds with the sign of Libra, are both ruled by Venus. And the Marika houses are known, which is known to be the killer houses. So it's not killing in terms of physical sense, but it's killing certain aspects of the ego, of the personality, because the second house and the seventh house are to do, one is very much to do with our prosperity or our attitude towards money, and the seventh house is connected with relationships. And as we know, those things are both closely related. I mean, we can see that in everyday life when people get divorced or they go through relationship difficulties. Money is often always, it plays a very big major role in this as well. And this is all depending on your lagna, on your rising sign. Depending what sign is, rising on your chart is going to show us how the second house and how the seventh house and all of the other houses, how they're going to be affected.
We thank you, Brihaspati Jupiter, for all the wisdom you have imparted today. Come back, join us for our next in the series of our videos, and check out Circle of Divine Astrology, our website, as well as our YouTube channel. So remember also, if you want to know what your lagna is, log on to our website and